Let's prepare this lemon bread loaf together. So I bought lots of lemon and I didn't know what to do with them, and I had some leftover flour, so I decided why not make a bread loaf from lemon and see how that goes. I wasn't willing to put too much work with this loaf. I just wanted it to be simple, lazy, fun, and just a very quick process. So first I grated the lemons to get the zest out where most or all of the flavors will be coming from. Then in my bowl I added 3 cups of flour. I added all the dry ingredients together because, like I said, this is a very lazy bread. I didn't take the time to activate the yeast separately. Nope, I mixed everything together because I just wanted this to be over and done with, like within a twinkle of an eye. Not literally, but you get what I mean. After sifting my flour carefully, I went in with my creamer and then a teaspoon of dry instant active yeast, and then I added in my sugar. I went in with 5 tablespoons of sugar because I was going to add a little bit of the lemon juice, and lemon has a way of reducing sugar. Then I added in my lemon zest, a little bit of it now, and then I'll be adding in the rest later on. Then I went in with the lemon juice, like I said, and then I'm going to be using lukewarm water, not room temperature water, for this recipe. And then I'm going to be adding it in bits until my dough comes together in the form and consistency that I want. It can be softer if you want, it can be harder if you want, depending on how you want your loaf to come out. I went in with 3 tablespoons of oil, and then I give this a quick knead. After mixing it to come together in the bowl, I transferred to my work surface, and then I kneaded until it was soft and fluffy enough for me. It actually didn't take much time to knead, tops 5 minutes, but you can knead for a longer time if you want a very soft and very stretchy dough for your bread. I oiled my bowl again and returned my dough, and I allowed it to rest for 1 whole hour. And this is a no oven bread because I'm not even in the mood for that oven heat, and also I'm going to be baking it in the pot, like a very local way. So let's form our dough into the shape that we want. You can shape your bread however way you like, but I have a thing for braided bread, so I'm just going to go ahead and quickly braid this one. I'm curious to know, while I'm braiding my own bread, what kind of shape do you like your bread to come in? Braided, regular, round, bun form, or you're just the type that, oh, I don't really care about the shape, just bring the bread, let me eat. Let me know in the comment section. Also, what kind of flavor of bread is your favorite? Are you picky? Do you like banana bread? Do you like strawberry bread? Do you like wheat bread, sourdough, normal bread, agege? Or you're not even picky, you're just bring the bread, let's eat already. So there are different ways to actually braid the bread, but I'm going to do this like regular braiding, the way you braid your regular hair. Before that, we're going to oil or butter our pan properly. If you have parchment paper, fine and good. I'm out of parchment paper, so I went in with butter, and I love to dust in with a little flour after putting the butter, just to be very sure that my dough is not going to stick to the pan after all my hard work. So we're going to pinch together the edges, and then we're going to braid. I was explaining earlier that I braid it just like you braid regular hair, and if you're not familiar with how hair braiding works, then you should pay attention. It's pretty simple and pretty easy to do. You can also twist it, like make 2 twigs or 2 separate portions of your dough, roll and then just twist as you go, pinch the edges and then pinch the final edge when you're done. It also works out and it turns out pretty. So after that, I'm going to put that back into my pan, and I'm going to let it sit for some time again. I let mine sit for 35 minutes. Then I'm going to preheat my local oven, which is my pot, my gravel, and then I'm going to cover this to start getting hot. After 35 minutes, I didn't want to do anything with egg on this recipe, so I brushed a little bit of butter so that the remaining lemon zest I remained from the beginning can stick to the bread dough. So I spread the zest generously since it's a lemon bread, and then I took it to the oven to bake. Now, one hack about baking locally, especially things like bread, you have to keep close or pay close attention to it. I have to keep checking it at intervals to make sure that my bread didn't burn, and I did it for a very long time, actually 60 minutes on very low heat. and it got burnt a little underneath, but overall it came out amazing.